What's up guys, Martin here, bringing you a brand new video for today, and today's video, as you can see, is the first round of a brand new season in TSRL on F1 2020. So, with last season drawing to a close, with TRL Limitless taking back-to-back championships in Mexico, the slate is wiped clean. We've got a brand new season, 20 drivers, 13 tracks. The battle for the championship is well and truly on. So getting stuck into this, as you can see from the calendar, we've got a very interesting calendar, lots of variety of challenges, you know, old school circuits, new tracks, and an unusual circuit for round 3 of the championship, Bahrain short 100% race. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one. Yeah, it should be interesting. Got a very, very competitive season, lots of talented drivers in this grid. And the ones to obviously look out for, well, first off is the two-time champion TRL Limitless, keen to get 3 in a row. Surely he can't do 3 in a row. We can't allow that. But yeah, obviously did a phenomenal job last season. We've also got the youngsters, the rising stars on Xbox, Jakey B, the reigning WR champion. He'll be teaming with OMG It's Joe, returning after a long break, keen to rediscover his scintillating form on F1 2019. But no, you know, it's not just them 3. Every driver you see on this leaderboard is capable of winning a race if they honestly put their mind to it in practice and just deliver on the day. Very close margins nowadays in league racing. It's almost like F1 esports, but just add on a couple of tenths. That's basically where we're at. Expectations for me, winning it is going to be very difficult. I haven't even won a race on this game, let alone a pole position, but I think I can definitely challenge for the top 5. And yeah, we'll see what we can do as we enter the first round of the season in qualifying. Hope you enjoy. So here we are in qualifying, Q1, first of 3 sessions. TSRL continuing to use the full qualifying format rather than short. Preparation for this was pretty good. I did quite a bit of practice in the dry, and the pace was looking pretty competitive. But as you can see, we've got rain in Q1, and this rain is hanging about. It's 30 minutes of precipitation, which is going to cause us a lot of headaches. Because in qualifying we've only got 3 sets of the intermediate tyre to work with, and these intermediate tyres degrade. Like, it's not as if you can do 100 laps on these tyres. So the plan was to do basically just 1 set of tyres for each session and be in a position where we can challenge for pole position. I didn't do that much in the wet. PB was a 33.5 in short quali in a Merc, and as you can see, lap times are pretty slow at the moment, a low 34. So I decided just to stay in the garage, let the track improve, come into it with confidence that we can get through. First sector now, and yeah, this is quite a challenge because, you know, we're having to run dry setups because it was a dry race. Obviously, if you run too much downforce or raise the ride height too much or run a soft car like the suspension, you're just going to compromise yourself so much in the race. You know, the setups for this game, like, you need oversteer, you need rotation. That's always going to compromise your wet running, but it's what you're willing to take as we lose the rear completely on the exit of Cops. And yeah, right now I was not feeling great, not gonna lie. There was a lot of pressure. As you can see, making a huge mistake at the exit of Beckett's, getting a lot of understeer. That's going to compromise our drive and traction as we blast down the back straight. Fastest lap so far is a low 34. This is our first lap. Just trying to get some confidence, trying to get a feel and a rhythm, because we've been practicing the drive for a few hours prior to this race. To do a 35.2 as Jakey B does a 33.9. He's been circulating the circuit, he's been getting that confidence in, he's getting his eye in, and meanwhile we are struggling. We've took the risk to go out late, and it's not looking pretty good at the moment. I was very, very nervous. I was desperately trying to get some confidence, really struggling in the first sector for traction and with the front end. We are making modest gains, but ideally we need to be in the mid 34s to have any chance getting through into Q2. We're a couple of attempts up again, making a massive error in Beckett's. We've only got 3 minutes of the session to go. We're in 15th place. Lap times are very close. And you can see here just short shifting through the gears. That does help with traction, but you don't want to short shift too much, or it compromises your acceleration as you're in the low rev range. As we do a 34.8, that is rubbish. And right now, as you can see, we've got just under 2 laps of fuel left. So I decided, right, I need to back off and regain and recompose, because I'm not driving very well at the moment. As TRL limits to 33.9, and again, turning off Jeff. And we've really put ourselves in a compromising position here going out late. I did feel confident, but, you know, obviously we were in Q1, there's less grip. And yeah, just didn't really have the confidence I did in GP mode. Under a lot of pressure, as you can see here, just losing the rear, under 10,000 RPM, down into turn 3, hitting the apex, but getting a bit of understeer as we apply the throttle, and again just running a little bit wide. Like you see here, just compromising our traction and drive as we blast down the backstraight, back end dancing about there as we plunge into, I forgot this corner, sorry, first sector. Half a tenth up on our teammate Hoopalicious, but again it's not looking particularly good. And I just remember just being really nervous. It's the first race of the season. I want to make a good impression. I've done a lot of practice, and so far it's just not really clicking at the moment. But nevertheless, we are half a tenth up. We can make huge inroads on our time in Maggots and Beckett's. Plunging into cops now as we roll on the exit there, and we're being invalidated. I don't believe it. With 40 seconds to go, we'll have time for another run. But as you can see, we've run out of fuel. We're 17th. We're out. We're out of qualifying. And just like that, it's over. I don't believe it. Honestly, I was absolutely devastated. Just completely balled it. Just couldn't get into a rhythm. And for the first race in TSRL in Silverstone, we are out in Q1. I don't believe it. As we skip to the end of the session, and as you can see on the left hand of your screen, we're last. Yep, not one of my proudest moments in league racing. That is probably the worst qualifying performance I've ever done. And I was absolutely distraught. Not gonna lie. First race of the new season. You know, I've got TRL Limitless, who I've been racing with for many years, having close battles with him throughout, and we're a second off. Yeah. Only got myself to blame. It's really frustrating, because I know I've got the pace, but it's just not clicking for me at the moment, mentally. Just lacking confidence, making silly mistakes. And it all stems from, I think when I rejoined after that long break, choking the pole position lap in Japan, getting involved in unnecessary incidents, just having that inconsistency, not having that momentum, not getting good results, and it's just a bit of a snowball effect. And yeah, kicking off the new season, starting last, is pretty embarrassing. But we've got a long race, so you never know. However, as you can see, we're in Q2, it's still raining. This means everyone's going to be starting on fresh tyres in whatever compound they want. So the alternate strategy for me is out the window. So yeah, this is going to be a last to first challenge on the highest difficulty, basically.
Coming through the final couple of corners is Joe, currently in 6th place, but he has been finding time on this lap. Is it enough maybe for even provisional pole? It is, by nearly a tenth of a second, but what about his teammate? Jakey is coming through the final few corners. He had a little bit of traffic to contend with on this lap, but it hasn't hampered him too much. Or has it? We're about to find out here, because Joe is currently leading, and Jakey might just topple him, and he does, by nearly a quarter of a second. Viper is going to try to do so. Currently he's 3/4 of a second behind, and it's going to be any kind of good effort for him to even get in the top 5 in this one, but he's going to give it a go over the line, and he's into 3rd on his TSRL debut. A great lap time. Joe just gets into 3rd ahead of him now, as the lap times are really going to start to come in here. Raceway with his first lap time. Limitless is invalidated in this one, so he's not going to improve. He's going to be 6th at maximum, as another improvement. Ron Hall gets into 2nd. Limitless over the line, it's going to be nothing for him. Leopard comes over the line now, and he's only 5th. What about Smasher? He's over the line, 7th for him. McCabe is going to be the final one. It's 2nd place as Jakey takes the first pole position of season 12. Limitless starting in 10th place, because the field is separated by 3.5 tenths of a second.
see we are then on the grid, P20. We're going to have to drive the race of our life if we want any chance of scoring points as the 5 lights are about to go up now. The TSRL season gets underway now. Good start from us. We're already past Claytonzo and up into 19th place, and this opening few laps is going to be crucial if we want any chance of scoring points, making sure we can make moves early doors as Sam McCabe from the front row of the grid has had a terrible start in the Mercedes, is down into 5th place, make that 6th. A Shazoo Viper goes round the outside and gets the inside to the left. He's up into 5th place. So Jakey B from pole position is out in front. Antoine from 4th to 2nd. Ronhar 3rd. Joe 4th. And myself in 19th place as we blast down the Wellington straight now. I'm just trying to make up any moves as we can, but as you can see it's going to be quite difficult as Hoopalicious and the Ferrari make contact. And our teammate has actually got front wing damage, so that's going to be detrimental to his race. Again, just trying to make some moves. As we've got a Renault on the soft tyre. I believe there's 4 cars that have opted to go on the soft tyre. I believe it's Florian, the 2 Alfa Romeos and TRL Limitless. And everyone else is on the mediums. So yeah, this is going to be a long race, a tough one. Obviously we've got the DRS enabled on lap 3. And once that gets activated, it's going to be very, very difficult to pass cars. The slipstream on this game is quite weak. Everyone in this league is very quick. Track's not that technical. Majority of it's full throttle. And the tyres are very, very good in this game. It's very easy to follow cars through the corners, so just try and make as many moves as possible. As we've got CRG Smasher go round the outside of Sam McCabe. McCabe's having an awful first lap. And it looks like McCabe hands it round the outside, and his teammate Leopard shoots past. Cunning as ever, LCR Leopard up into 7th place, and we're actually up into 18th place now, so make up 2 positions on this opening lap, but yeah, we've still got a long way to go. Smasher now, down the inside of Leopard. These two are fighting very, very hard. Like I said, these opening 3 laps will be crucial, so drivers being very aggressive, trying to get to the front of the train. CRG Smasher with a lovely switchback, gets the position back on LCR Leopard. And we've got the slipstream out of the Ferrari. And Leopard's fighting back. These 3 are battling hammer and tons down the inside. Very, very robust driving, and Smasher backs out of it, thinks better of it. There's still a long way to go on this race. So as you see, very aggressive driving going on here as the DRS will be enabled on lap 3. And here we are on lap 2, still in P18. Very frustrating for us. And the 2 Red Bulls are actually in deep conversation. Jakey B out in front, OMG it's Joe in 4th. But he's having a whole world of issues.
Wait, my overtake won't turn off. What?
No, you're still disabled. Oh.
It won't disable? Oh. What?
That's fucking glitch is still there. Fucking hell.
Do I have to leave?
So yeah, OMG it's Joe has a glitch where his overtake button is stuck on. He can't turn it off. So within 3 or 4 laps he's going to have an empty battery. He's going to be derating for the rest of the race. So he's going to have to leave or try and fix that. And as you can see, I am just losing composure as the 2 Ferraris are taking a bus tour around Luffield. And you can see the leaders are just absolutely romping away out in front. And we're stuck at the back of this train. And I believe Nico's got some serious damage to his front wing. And we managed to make the move into P17, picking them off one by one. At this rate we could be leading the race, but it's unlikely as the DRS is going to be enabled now, and this is where things get frustrating. As you see, everyone, you know, Pristy and the Ferrari's got the DRS on Hoopalicious got the DRS on the car in 15th, and vice versa up into P3. So yeah, it's going to be frustrating as OMG it's Joe has left the session. He'd be keen to rejoin. Hopefully the game actually fixes it itself. And he'll be able to use his battery effectively. Lap 4 now. You can see we're punching overtake, desperately trying to make a move on the Ferrari. See, there's nothing we can do. He's using overtake, and he's in the slipstream of the Toro Rosso on the AlphaTauri. And again, we're all just going the same speed down the straight. So yeah, this is going to be a frustrating one. And it's lap 5 now, and Jakey B is still leading the way with Antoine second. Look at that, they've broken DRS comfortably. Jakey B on 10% battery. So he's tactically punched his overtake in the opening few laps, got that gap down. I suspect Antoine will be taking a lead with the significant advantage he has. And those 2 are looking like they're working together. Here we are on lap 7, just still unable to make any inroads. Trying to go for, you know, unorthodox risk-taking manoeuvres, going for an overtake down the inside turn 3. But again, there's just nothing we can do. We can't just barge them out the way. We've got to race cleanly and effectively. And the pace is still reasonably competitive. We're still doing low 28s. The leaders are doing high to mid 27s. So it's not as if, you know, that they're slow. It's just the nature of the circuit. And Joe's having the same issues. He's rejoined. He's down in 13th place, unable to make inroads. There's Mercedes now going side by side. Leopard going all the way around the outside of Sam McCabe. Can he make that stick? He does. LCR Leopard is up into P5. So no team orders at Mercedes. Them two are free to race as we start lap 9 now. And CRG Smasher in P7. And looking at Sam McCabe, his red light is flashing. That is going to be a pivotal factor in this Grand Prix, that ERS management. Sam McCabe, a brilliant qualifying lap, a 23.5 on a pad. Looking like his race pace just isn't as strong. Limitless in 7th place on that soft compound tyre. To say, that just demonstrates how hard it is to overtake around this circuit. He's on a tyre that's much softer. He's got some fantastic race pace, but he just can't make any inroads because of the DRS train. And look at that, the Ferrari's actually passed my teammate. He's got a low battery power, he's got that front wing damage. He's fought off valiantly, but there's nothing he can do. He's got down the inside into 16th place now. 6 more cars now, and we could be scoring some points here. And look at that, this is crucial. The Ferrari does not have the DRS now on Shazoo Logic, and now he's a sitting duck, and I just want to pass him. I just want some clear air. I want to start pushing. You know, I did a lot of practice in the dry, and the pace was good in the race, but nothing we can do stuck behind cars. And now we're being unleashed, and hopefully we can get to the back of that DRS train on board with TRL Limitless on that alternate strategy. Well, the alternate strategy is medium soft. Obviously we can start on fresh tyres and choose any tyre that we want. He's opted for the soft to the start of the race, obviously trying to get track position, but it just hasn't worked for him. So he's opted to save his ERS and go for an undercut on the medium compound tyre. Here we are on lap 13 now, just unable to get to the back of the DRS train, but we're going to go for an early stop here. Very early, but the soft tyre should make it to the end. And again, we're just desperately trying to get track position. A nice clean exit. Obviously that's quite a controversial topic. The pit stops, people getting held left, right and centre in F1 Esports and the Challenger Series, but we get a clean exit. And down the inside on the Renault of Florian, and we're up into 15th place now with drivers ahead still yet to make their pit stops on board with TRL Limitless. And as you can see, look at the left, he's managed to undercut CRG Smasher on those medium compound tyres. He's used 50% of his battery in these last 4 laps, and he's really used his pace effectively to get track position. Smash having a 3-second penalty there. There's more cars come out of the pits. That is Sparks' teammate Leopard and Ronhar. So Limitless, using that undercut, is into provisional 3rd place now. And well, I mean, great job from him, but he's got soft runners behind who's going to give him a massive headache on board with Jakey B now and Antoine. These two have been the class of the field in the race. Managed to break DRS, and they're working together to bridge the gap. They're going to be on a set of soft tyres, and they should, well, they're going to be guaranteed 1-2 if there's no safety cars. Limitless now. This is really the battle for the final podium position. He's holding on for dear life, but the Renault and the Haas are gaining on massively. Look at that, 3 abreast. Ronhar comes across, but there's nothing he can do, and CRG Smasher's coming alive here. The PSGL champion, wheel banning wheel to wheel, and Ronhar's picked up a 3-second time penalty. That's going to swing the advantage in the favour of the reigning champion. Still going side by side. This is going to cost them so much time in their quest to challenge Jakey B, as CRG Smasher sets a 26.2. They're going side by side down towards turn 1. It's a 3-way scrap. Make it a 4-way scrap. Make that a 5-way scrap. As Leopard goes all the way around the outside of Smasher. That is absolutely phenomenal. But Viper fighting back on the exit. He's making contact with Limitless. The round wide, and Leopard takes a pair of them. Unbelievable. Limitless absolutely furious. That is one for the Rage compilation, as he's lost 4 positions in 1 lap. And he's under pressure now for Viper, who's just come out the pits on a fresh set of soft tyres. And Viper once again trying to fight back using the overtake. DRS can he go down the inside into Cobbs. Limitless. Oh, he gets to, that was never going to work. He wasn't sufficiently onside, and that is Sam McCabe going in the back of him. He's got front wing damage. That is his race well and truly over. And that is a big shame for him, but that's only going to benefit us, as we're putting in some good laps on the soft tyre. Managed to bridge a 3.5-second gap, and Sam McCabe's obviously retired from the session. So we're up into 13th place now, and Jeff's just come on the radio, and we could have rain in 10 minutes, so this is exactly what we need. A bit of unpredictability, and this is also something that we need. We've got a McLaren now coming out of the pits, and this could be our golden ticket to board the DRS train of the cars in front and potentially get some points. As yeah, it's going to be quite challenging though, because he's on 3-lap fresher softs. But as you can see, DRS is now enabled, and we've got to absolutely get the hammer down, try and keep up with this guy. A 26.6. So competitive lap times, but we've got very little ERS to work with. And you can just see how powerful the slipstream DRS is on this game. We've managed to pull a 7/10 gap on Clenzo in 1 lap. So yeah, this is why track position is so essential around this circuit. And here we are on lap 18 now, just trying to push as hard as we can, maximising the circuit, giving everything we've got. But that battery is getting ever lower. We've got enough fuel to get to the end of the race, don't have to worry about that. But as you can see, Logic has a 5-second penalty, and we've got 2 Alfa Romeos in front on a set of medium compound tyres, so you never know, the points could be in our grasp here, as Logic, predictably on those soft tyres, is on an absolute charge as he passes Dominic for P11 now, skipping on to a few laps. I was finding it quite difficult to pass him because he had the DRS on Logic, but as you can see, he's lost DRS on him. Now it's just saving the battery up to 40% and trying to get a good exit, and that is a slam dunk. Surely overtake, yeah, he's not even defending, DRS wide open, and we're up into 12th place now, surely, and yes we do. And as you can see on the top left hand corner of your screen, Logic has a 5-second penalty and Raceway has a 3-second penalty. We've only had 1 warning this race, so a massive improvement from last season. Last season I was getting penalties every single race. So yeah, qualifying was abysmal, but the race is looking pretty decent. And as you can see on board now with OMG It's Joe, Logic has passed him up into 9th place now.
Got a penalty, so
And this was a concern for me because I was worried that Raceway and Joe would pull away using that DRS and slipstream on Logic's blistering pace on those tyres, and they'd be able to pull a 3-second gap on me, but looking like on the penultimate lap now, and that is not going to happen, and Dom rang wide there, so it's looking pretty good for a point, which is something to smile about after this race. On board now, Jakey B on the penultimate lap of this race. Antoine leads the way, but Jakey B making a charge. This man is the favourite for the championship in my opinion. And can he make the move round the outside into Stowe? Antoine fighting back. The Frenchman refusing to give up, but Jakey B has got the inside line for this chicane. And starting the final lap now. Surely he is in pole position to take the first victory here in TSRL. But Antoine's pushing hard. And here we are on the last lap now. And yeah, looking like it is over. He's got that job done. He's got enough battery. He's got the gap. And here we are. This is the battle for the final podium position. LCR Leopard surely has got this in the bag. Smasher and Ron have got penalties, but these two are still going at it side by side. This is a battle for pride. Smasher goes in deep. Ron Harbour, if he was still, he's lost the rear. Unbelievable. That's compromised Leopard's run. And can Limitless's teammate Spark steal the podium? He's lost the rear. He's in the wall. It's Limitless takes 6th place. Smasher and Ron Hard down from 7th to 8th with that penalty. And we come home in 9th place. Unbelievable. But that should be 10th. As OMG It's Joe did finish ahead of us without any penalties. So there we have it. Back of the grid to 10th, and we got driver of the day. That's something to smile about, but yeah, realistically I wasn't too pleased. It's just not good enough qualifying, but still a decent race. And as you can see from the classifications, Jakey B taking the victory, Antoine in 2nd, pushing him very hard all the way, Leopard 3rd, Sparks a great job from 11th to 4th, Viper, Limitless, Smasher, Ronhar, myself, and Raceway complete the top 10. So yeah, it was a fun race. Obviously the underlying issues in qualifying needs to be addressed, because I do feel that I can definitely challenge the likes of maybe, you know, the podium positions. I think Jake and Antoine are a little bit out of reach for the time being, but you never know, we'll take it one race at a time, and hopefully we'll beat the sharp end. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy this video. Thank you to all the guys who sent me their footage so I could use their POVs, because it was quite a dull race from my perspective. And if you did enjoy this video, please hit the like button, it does mean a lot to me. And yeah, I will see you for the United States Grand Prix in round 2 of the TSRL Championship. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you for the next one. Cheers.